This is to determine who's going to qualify for Capcom Cup for the next spot on the dot, to cop that next spot for Midwest 2. And then after that, getting a match. Sort of a money match, I guess it would be.
Yeah.
Against Rob TV, the winner of that. Also just to say, hey, I can make you bleed if it goes that way. But back to it, though. Brian F. versus Dual Kevin as a grand finals match, despite, losers finals, all that stuff like that. Get that out of your mind. This is the finality right here. This is the end of the qualification. And I don't know who's going to win. Honestly, Dual Kevin doing a lot better than what he did before Midwest, not only in terms of placements, but just how he's playing. More on point, just adjusting how he plays and how aggressive he needs to be. Just fantastic. But Brian F. also has turned up, maybe making Rob TV bleed. Not enough yet, but could happen if we get that chance. But both the players have been way better than what we've seen prior months ago.
Yeah, I think that's true for sure. And as far as their history goes between Brian F. and Dual Kevin, I looked it up on fgcombo.com, and Brian F. has won 71% of the last 13 sets that they've played.
Wow.
That's a pretty significant percentage. However,
However.
big however here, the last 2 times they played in NLBC, Dual Kevin's the one who took it. The last 2 times. Now, Brian F. has moved into a region where you can't enter NLBC.
Yeah.
Right, so however you want to take this, I don't know, but whatever we have, the effective grand finals between these two, one of them qualifies for Capcom Cup, Dual Kevin or Brian F.
Let's get it. Brian F. with a great start, interrupts the V skill already. And stays, didn't get the whip, but it's too far out. I wonder if EX has a little bit more range to reach, but...
It was a little scrambly there.
Yeah. Finds him on the mark right there, goes for the dash straight.
So with that V-Skill 2, again, I got to say, Rashid is one of the characters who I think can probably shut down a random activation, but hey, we have seen Brian F. play against Rashid in the past. Have success.
That's true. Kevin getting the crush, though, off the Fierce. He Mixer stays close with it. See if Brian F. can stay outside the corner position. That's been a big pain point for a lot of players, as would be, as Rashid plays, as he would like.
Of course, Brian F. 3-0'd Just a Kid, like not too long ago, right? In the same character matchup.
Tap. Stocks up with a V-skill. Even though you have the lead, not a bad idea to get the cluster situation going. And Kevin opens him up with a V-trigger. Using V-trigger 1 to get the extension, put him in the corner. It's almost done.
Okay. Well, Brian F. in those situations, he's so good at reacting to whether the opponent does like a Fierce or something that he can easily veer reversal. But you saw Dual Kevin didn't actually press the button that hit him. Interesting choice.
Sucks with the V-skill. Wow. To do that when you're that close to Rashid.
This character's got to run. This character's got a spinning mixer.
Well,
this character's got to roll.
Eagle spike.
He's
all
got an
those
eagle
things.
spike. He flies through the sky.
And this is the grand finals to qualify. Risky with with risk reward. We see the V-skill popped up. There's a crush. Knocks up again with the V-skill. This time had the knockdown. Playing close to his chest.
You can see the different style between Dual Kevin's Rashid and Just a Kid's Rashid. Kevin is cool with playing this slow style. It's fine. It's just he's way down in life, and he's got to make something happen. Plenty of time on the clock.
Let's find the side switch off the Fierce. This is good. This is what he wants. But we've seen Brian F's defense be so good. Gets over as soon as I say a commentator's curse. Off the crouch Fierce, sets him up for the heavy mixer at the end.
There it is. Yep, looking for the Fierce. He was out of there right away. And even chip.
Yes, sir. No dip. There we go. Brian F with the first win. Fist to face, baby. Ooh. Brian fundamentals. Absolutely fundamental right there. I like the fact that he gets the knockdowns, goes for the V-skill in the right sort of way, and the amount of confidence that he has a V-skill like that and the neutral against the character, as we pointed out. But that is so important to Balrog's game plan to allow the plus frames, even the dash punches. You don't want to get -4 situation because that allows the character to get oaky. That's a punish and the eagle spike to start the round. That's what I'm talking about. But this time, Dual Kevin just finds the interruption round start in the eagle spike. So you don't want that to happen. Brian able to stock up either way, though. Timings from Brian F. Just sucking it out.
Did he get there in time? No. Brian F's out of there. He's got the V-skill charge. Dash punch could come whenever he wants. There it is.
Not done again. Eagle spike. Coast to coast. Denying that. Brian F. Let's make it a one-way ticket.
Think about this range that Dual Kevin's playing at, and think about the range that Rob TV played at. Dual Kevin is playing significantly farther away, a range where he can't really deal with dash punch in the same way, where he can't really deal with activating V skill in the same way. He's not going to hit him from the damage immediately. It's quite a different spot.
It allows Brian F. to get that nice fat lead right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, using both the bars right there.
Yeah, spends a couple because all he needs is grab. Oh,
back throw!
He hit the old sack throw. Am I watching Street Fighter 2? I can't believe it.
Brian F. doing the most right here. Getting the whip punch. There's the EX upper. So we wanted to see before on those punishes, the EX upper. Okay, not overextending. He already been hit with the Fierce, the light, buffer, and the Eagle Spike. His time was backing away. But here we go. There's the crush.
Okay.
Side switch again, Dual Kevin.
Yeah, he's got pressure. Brian F's waiting until he can see something. His defense is so good. And one thing I'll say, too, about the way he's playing in kind of neutral range is that he's stealing a lot of frame turns in here as well.
Yeah.
Like right there, he tried to press the button after his own dash punch. Regular dash punch, not E-skill dash punch. Tried it again.
Try to go the EX. The reversal, though. Brian F. had lead commanding right here. Counter it. Follow up. But find the EX. Brian F. On game point to qualify for Capcom Cup.
Balrog wins.
That's where he's at.
So
Look,
close.
he's been in big situations before.
Yeah.
Right? But qualifying for Capcom Cup is a different story.
It's a way different story. Brian
This
F.
guy's got to stay settled.
He that's what I'm fearing. Because Dual Kevin has been in a situation before.
Sure.
Other games.
Where
he's like, okay, cool. I'm going to slightly adjust my game plan. And we've seen him not take these early leads. And I feel like that's the biggest problem. He's losing too much health. So you can't make these fat comebacks. You don't have the health to play with. And Brian F. gets so comfortable in his seat. About to be seated in Capcom Cup in a second. Game point. Equinox Zone. Brian F.
There's the punish. And Beastfield didn't even get charged.
Just go deny that approach. Deny that pressure that has been posing a threat. Let's see more walk in and outside that range of the dash punch too.
Look, easier said than done than to be like in that range where you really want to be. That was just Rob being extremely good and getting to that spot. It's not easy to be there.
So Kevin's so about those heavy buttons. Trying to find a crush or the pickup with the V skill right after.
Okay, just a little tax.
This is quite a bit. You get the corner carry right here. Corner position, I should say.
Brian looking to react. He wants to see something he can universal out or jump over.
Now holding that pressure. We waiting a little too long.
Hey. Reset. Dual Kevin's patient. Oh, he's in trouble.
Oh, he's in a lot of trouble, David.
One more hit, one more grab. Yeah.
Cool. Gotta go for it. EX upper for the rest of the bar. The activation, though. Dual Kevin trying to open him up. And a finesse off the low. Dual Kevin still in this, but you see the more aggression early round start, not just waiting so long for things to happen. He's making them happen himself. And denying that B skill too has been a big pain point.
Yes.
Oh, the neutral
Here's
jump.
Kevin. And now he all of a sudden so close. Brian at least down on stun.
Woo.
Dual Kevin's style, well, now he gets whip punish, it's a different story, but he was okay, I think, with getting pushed out a little bit.
Did you see the confidence of Brian
that.
to walk that far up around the crouching fierce range? Where he wasn't so much before? It's back on business. V reversal denies the V trigger.
Yeah, that wind just blows harmlessly away. Hey?
TP from Dual Kevin. It could have been real bad if it was punished, but he stays solid, busting out at the right time.
He is walking up a little bit farther forward, yeah, you can see it.
The challenge for Brian up starts with the V skill.
Back to the range that Brian prefers to be at. Yeah, that's the spot.
Dual Kevin has another V trigger.
He could make it happen. That said, Brian F's holding onto that V meter. You know he will V-rev if he can. He might only need one more hit. Man, this is coming down to 27 on the clock. Dual Kevin still not giving into the desire to commit.
Oh, the turn. Brian F. Time's weighing down Brian F with a slight lead.
Oh, look at the time. It's 15.
Even more, the walk up, bro. What confidence.
Up.
Possibly trigger. Threatening. He has the lead. Dual Kevin has the lead. Why is he walking in? And Brian F gets that win. Set point. Brian F to qualify for Capcom Cup. He didn't have to walk in. He had the feature. He had the lead. Why did he walk up? David, why?
Ooh, it happens to have worked out. A little lucky there for Dual Kevin. Brian F's out. And now Dual Kevin's got to force the corner again. It's something that Rashid tends to be good at, but right now it's not working out too well. As Brian F's got the hit, he's got the damage, he's got the pressure. Doesn't have the anti-air.
That's fine. Get a little bit of space. Not USB kind of thing. Dash punch. Landing in the right time. Switching up what he does. And now putting that Pierce to kind of threaten, like, it's a dash punch. What am I coming through with?
Now no V reversal. So Dual Kevin starts it off. Good D by Brian. He's going to have to do it a little bit longer. Blocking it out. And back to this range.
Dual Kevin with a lot of bar to cook with. A lot of bar to use. Has to find those confirms or find some way of enacting the EX pressure. Ooh. But Brian F's in there, runs the EX. EX dive kicked him from Dual Kevin. But Brian F not the turn and finds a win. Brian F will qualify for Capcom Cup. Equinox's own Brian F. You and I'm having fun. Let's go, Brian.
Congratulations to Brian F. He played super well in that set. He played amazingly. I loved all sorts of his decisions. I thought that was so good, and he's very deserving.
Right.
I think we're just treating this like the grand finals at this point.
Yeah, because it is the grand finals, technically.
So we're just wrapping up right now. Whatever. Some match will happen in a little bit. I don't know. We'll see.
Something. With money match.
Rob TV qualified before. Who did he beat? Brian F. This time again, Brian F is second yet again. And although, of course, he wants to be first, he still can be first in this tournament. It's not over yet. But he... You know, the two people to be the top two times means those are the two people who should be going to Capcom Cup from this region.
Oh, yeah. I feel like that's a beautiful thing to see is the consistency. You know, obviously they bled on the way there. Obviously it wasn't free, especially with Rob TV dropping some games to Joey, right? So it wasn't absolutely free. So you can say it's fantastic play from the people all the way in the top 8 and 16 to also see some different faces and stuff like that. With Dual Kevin, too, as well, getting third. But Brian F solidifies his spot. Now has to fight a little bit of a money match with Rob TV.